The Odyssey. This movie, if you do not know, because I didn't know because I never read this source material before watching this movie, fun fact, even though it's over 2,000 years old, is about this guy Telemachus, who has to go out in battle to fight a war called the Trojan War. It takes him 10 plus years, and he leaves his son, his then infant son, and his wife go fight this war, and then eventually try to get himself back home. But the 10 plus years that this movie covers is not very good for Telemachus or the whole family of the kingdom of Ithaca. Leaving his son Telemachus, that's his son name, this guy is Odysseus. I'm sorry for the confusion, but Telemachus, his son, is left eventually with no choice but to go out and find his father for himself, make sure he's still alive, and find out once and for all the future of his kingdom. Does Telemachus eventually find his father? And how does Telemachus' actions affect him and all the other people surrounding him? That is what the movie explores, and so much more. And of course, I don't really need to go that much into this, but of course, I went into this with really high expectations. It's directed by a guy who's really big on spectacle and movies of this nature, and stars Tom Holland, like I was saying, Matt Damon, Anne Hathaway, Robert Pattinson, Lupita Nyong'o, Zendaya, and Charlize Theron. So yeah, pretty stacked cast and crew, so at least it was going to be an interesting sort of watch. And in some sense, it was. Action sequences and other high-octane scenes alike were done with as much care and creativity you would expect from Chris Nolan and the cast and crew he decides to work with. And of course, with the story that's at hand here, there are a lot of great ideas on paper that start to have good emotional value. But the story structure, however, struggles to really balance its many plot lines and characters into one cohesive narrative. Because in classic Christopher Nolan fashion, and to stay true to the original text, it goes a lot back and forth into not just the present, but the future and the past of the events of the story. And I can see why that could be up your alley, but for me, it created like rushed, heavy exposition, execution of its themes and ideas, rather than really giving it emotional gravitas. This movie and the characters really required from the story at the end of the day. At least for this movie. There's other movies where it works, but I don't think this one. And it actually made the more visceral action sequences and really creatively done sequences kind of feel unearned story-wise. Oh yeah, and this movie clocks in at 2 hours and 45 minutes, and it's just way too long. During at least the last 45 minutes, I was definitely dozing off here and there, not gonna lie. So yeah, unpopular opinion, but I thought this was a little overrated. Still an impressive feat for Christopher Nolan. I can definitely tell why this is one of the most difficult movies anyone involved with this ever has made. It definitely shows the production value and all of that, but story-wise, it's too slow, too confusing, just not really up my alley, really. Acting is great, though, of course. Anyway, like I said, I know I have the unpopular opinion on this movie, so let me know your thoughts of the movie down below. Did you like it more than me? Do you actually agree with me? Let me know in the comments so we can have a nice discussion about the film. Also, when you're in the comments, if you have any movie suggestions for me, please let me know them down below. I love hearing you guys' movie suggestions, so then maybe I can come on here and talk about it to let you know my opinion if a movie is worth watching or not. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button after you subscribe so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.